Hello, hello, class 5. Good morning again. Let's continue with the chapter, page 122. I'll be reading from third paragraph, Mary. So, Mary, can I go in the kitchen garden? So, Mary is asking Ben, that old man, that can she go inside the kitchen gardens? Ben says, if you like, but there's nothing to see. So he gives up prior information that nothing is there to see in the kitchen, means nothing so interesting in the kitchen. Then narrator mentions us that Mary goes through the second green door. There she finds more walls and winter vegetables, but in the second wall there is a closed green door. Perhaps it led into the secret garden. Many turns the handle. Mary turns the handle, means the knob of the door, hoping the door would not open because she wants to find the mysterious garden. But it opens quite easily and she finds herself in an orchard. You know, orchard, apple orchard, orange orchard. So it's a plantation area where only one kind of fruits are grown. So, orchard. There is no locked door to be seen anywhere. All she could see were the tops of trees above the wall. And when she stands still, she sees a bird with a bright red breast sitting on the topmost branch of one of them. And suddenly he burst into his winter song. So, while opening the door, you are going to read about this paragraph. While opening the door, what does Mary sees? Well, second green door. While opening the second green door, she thought that it will not open. It was locked, but it gets open quite easily. And what she sees after that, she hopes to see the mysterious garden, but actually what she sees that all the trees were there, all the tree tops were there, she could see. Then she sees a bird that bursts into his winter song. So Mary stops and listens to his cheerful, friendly little whistle. So how was the singing? How was the bird song? So this line is important, that Mary stops and listens to his cheerful, friendly little whistle. She listens to catch him until he flies away. Perhaps he lived in the mysterious garden. She is curious about it and wants to see what it is like. Why had Mr. Archibald Craven buried the key? So, as she is a child, she wants to know the mystery behind hiding the key by Mr. Archibald. Why he has hidden the key? Why he has not given the key to anyone? What is the mystery of the secret garden? That Mary wants to know. She walks back into the first kitchen garden and finds the old man digging there. So you remember the old man Ben? Okay, she stands beside him. He takes no notice of her, and so at last she speaks to him. So Ben seems quite engrossed with his work and he was not looking at Mary. So what did Mary do? Mary spoke to him. Then Mary is asking to old Ben, there was no door there into the other garden. Ben gruffly, what garden? So in a very rude and unfriendly way, we have got the character that Ben was not a easygoing person. He gets quite angry easily. So Ben is asking, what garden? So Mary says, the one on the other side of the wall. There are trees there. I saw the tops of them. A bird with a red breast was sitting on one of them and he sang. So the narrator is telling us that to her surprise, a slow smile spreads over the gardener's surly face. Means the old Ben, who was literally angry in everything, smiles. He finally smiles. He begins to whistle, a low, soft whistle. Almost the next moment, a wonderful thing happens. The bird with the red breast flies to them and alights the gardener's foot. So, little Ben, what did little Ben do? Little Ben blows a whistle and each one of the birds present in that garden, along with that red breast bird, came near to old Ben's feet. Then Ben chuckles warmly. Here he is. So laughs quietly. So narrator is telling us that the bird puts its tiny head on one side and looks up at him with a soft bright eye. He seems quite familiar and not the least afraid. So that little red breasted bird was quite familiar, quite acquainted with whom? With old Ben. As if that bird knew Ben from many years. So Mary whispers, means says in a very silent voice, will he always come when you call him? She's asking Ben, will he always come when you call him? The narrator is telling us the gardener nods. He begins to talk more warmly now that the bird is here. He tells Mary how the bird is almost as friendly as a dog. So it's a simile, same comparison. Okay. So it is, as the dogs are always faithful to their masters, similarly, this bird is faithful to old Ben. Ben, he is so curious, always coming to see what I am planting. He was lonely when he left his nest and he stayed to make friends here. So he remained in this garden to make friends with whom? To make friends with old Ben. Narrator is telling us the robin hops about busily pecking the soil. Pecking means searching in the soil, something to eat, insects. So that red breast little bird was called what? We get the name of the bird or the species of the bird, that is the robin. Mary, with eyes fixated on the robin, means he was gazing at the robin. I am lonely too. So Mary says, I am lonely too. So narrator, the man begins to dig again. Mary, what is your name? Ben Weatherstaff. So what was the name of that old man? The full name was Ben Weatherstaff. I am lonely myself except when he is with me. Jerks his thumb towards the robin. Means shows pinpoints the robin. Okay. So Ben says that I am also lonely. It is only the bird who accompanies me. So Mary says, I have no friends at all. I never had. I never played with anyone. So Mary tells that she is also lonely and she has no friends. The narrator is telling us that suddenly a clear, rippling little sound breaks out near her and she turns around. The robin has flown onto the branches of a nearby tree and has burst out into song. Ben laughs. So the robin flies off, perches out to the tree, and it begins to sing. So Ben finally laughs again. So Ben says, he's made up his mind to make friends with you. So Ben can communicate with this bird. Ben can understand what the birds want to do. So Ben says that this bird, this robin, is aware of you and want to make friendship with you. So narrator tells us that Mary looks excitedly at the bird. Mary to the robin, would you make friends with me, would you? The narrator again interrupts and says, her tone is soft and coaxing. Coaxing means something which is tempting. And Ben raises his eyebrows when he hears it. But just that the moment, the robin who had ended his song gives a little shake of his wings and flies away. Mary, he has flown over the wall. Mary's eyes follow the bird into the garden where there is no door. Ben, he lives there among the old rose trees. So we come to know where the robin stays. He stays among the old rose trees. So Mary, getting very excited, are there rose trees? So she is perplexed. She's surprised now that even this garden has rose trees. Narrator is telling, Ben ignores her and begins to dig. Then Mary, I should like to see them. There must be a door somewhere. Narrator, Ben now looks as unfriendly as he had looked when she first saw him. So There was 10 years ago, but there isn't now. So the door was, we are getting the information that it was 10 years ago the door was there, but there isn't now. There must be. So Mary says, no, I do not agree with you. There must be a door. So Ben says, none as anyone can find, and none as is anyone's business. I must go on with my work, go and play. So Ben gets annoyed and he says, no, nobody can find that door, and I must do my work and you must go work and play. So narrator says, and he stops digging, throws his spade over his shoulder, and walks off. Mary watches him go. She realizes that if she wants to know anything about the secret garden, she would have to find out on her own. So this old Ben is not going to help Mary on finding the secret garden. So finally in this chapter, we got that Mary was unable to find the secret door which leads to the secret garden, but she manages to make friends with the she manages to make friendship with whom? With the bird, red little breast bird, that is the robin. And a man, this man who didn't laugh for many years, laughed again because of Mary and of Robin. So one similarity between all the three characters, that is the Robin, then Mary, then Ben, they are all lonely. Okay, they need what? They need friends. They need friends to accompany them. Okay, so this is all about the chapter. We will do the question answers in the next class. So who has written this? It has been written by Francis H. Barnett. He was born in 1849 and died in 1924. Was an American author. As a child, her family faced many financial difficulties, so they were poor. She started tasting success in her career at a time when most women didn't have one. It was only when her son demanded that she write something for little boys to read that she worked on her first major piece. After this, she went on to write two of her most famous stories, A Little Princess and The Secret Garden, inspired by her childhood and love for gardening. So she loved gardening. Okay. So this is all about the chapter. I hope you have liked our class. We'll continue with the question answers in the next class. Thank you. Bye bye.